All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Song Club. Glad you're here. Glad to be here. Wherever you are in the earth, or in the earth, or on the earth, hopefully on the earth. I mean, in the earth is fine if there's some sort of apocalyptic problem. In fact, if there's an apocalyptic problem in the earth, either in a shelter is nice, or just in the earth buried because you're dead. Either one of those is probably better than being out and about with, who knows, zombies, cannibals, aliens. I don't know. I'm not built for any of that stuff. I'm built for the status quo, baby, which is where we're at. We're in the status quo. Things are nice in the world for the most part, unless you're in a part of the world where it's not nice. And if you're in that part of the world, that sucks. But hopefully that's not where you are. And anyways, welcome, one and all, whether you're in the good part or the bad part. Anyways, it is November, the year 2023, and we're talking about the songs that I wrote in October of 2023 here at the Song Club, Bob Schneider Song Club. And it's called the Song Club for a reason. We talk about songs, and that's it. Nothing else. Now, if it was something else that we talked about, it would have a different name. Like if, let's say I was a shepherd, and it was 1400, and I was herding sheep around, I'd probably call it something like Bob Schneider's Lamb Society. And we discuss lamb, like wool, different types of wool, like different types of sheep, and which ones are cooler than others. Discuss like whether we should call, like, is it cool to be calling sheep that aren't, that are different from other sheep, black sheep? I would probably be like, I think we should just call sheep. Let's not call them black sheep. And then who knows, it's 1400, so people are like, what are you talking about? I'd be like, it just doesn't feel right. Maybe I'd be talking about, like, I don't know, like sheep that you really like. Maybe you fall in love with a sheep because there are no humans around. It's just you and the sheep, and so you kind of lose your mind, go crazy, and then, who knows what you're doing with these sheep, and then you're like, oh, I love you. And then the sheep looks you deep in the eye, and then you start thinking that the sheep has feelings for you, but sheep's just thinking about, like, grass and stuff, and, like, copulating with other sheep, I guess. But you're looking at it, and it doesn't know what you are because it's a sheep, and it's like, I don't know what this alien thing is. Who knows? Anyways, that would be Bob Schneider's Lamb Society. That's not what we're doing. It's not 1400s. I'm not a shepherd. I'm a songwriter. The way God made me. Well, maybe not the way God made me, but the way I made myself after God made me. Anyways, it's what I am. It's what I do. And, I do other things. I watch TV. If there was that'd be kind of a cool thing. If there was like a competition for like TV watching, I feel like I would do well. I do feel like younger people nowadays would have a hard time competing in television watching competitions. Everybody I know that's under 30, if I'm watching TV or watching a movie with them, they're always pulling out their phone. They have some sort of attention deficit disorder. I'm like, fuck that. I'm getting lost in the movie, dude. You're put on NYPD Blue? Lights out for daddy. Until the end of the show, and they're like, next episode starts in 5 seconds. Bring it. I'll watch all 14 seasons of NYPD Blue, and then watch the shows that came from that, whatever they are. NYPD Orange, NYPD Yellow. That's my favorite of all of them, NYPD Yellow. It's the new squad, NYPD Yellow. Are we going to do that bank heist? I was thinking about it, but they got this new squad, the Yellow, and they're terrorizing criminals like ourselves. So, no. Join us next week on NYPD Yellow, where nobody commits crimes because everybody's too scared. That would be a great show. I'd watch that. It'd never get made, though. People were like, so what's the deal? People are just sitting around not doing anything because nobody's committing crimes because NYPD's Yellow is like some scary for really no real explained reason on the show. Yeah, that's the show. And who's in it? Mike Chiklis? Yeah. If Mike Chiklis, is that whatever his name is, you know, the guy from The Shield, if he's in it, count me in. I'll watch that guy in anything. Him and then the black guy version of that guy who was in, anyways, you know the other guy. He's also bald. And, God, what was he in? Anyways, doesn't matter. But those two guys together, and it's called NYPD Yellow. And it's just them sitting around like, when's a crime going to happen? Oh, crime stopped as soon as we formed NYPD Yellow. That was the end of crime. So how's it going at home? Not bad. What are you watching? Oh, I'm watching House. It's pretty good. That would be the whole show. And I think people would watch it because they'd be like, you know what? I just want to watch people not doing anything too reckless. Like nobody's stakes are low on NYPD Yellow. And then you see criminals and they're just chilling because they're not going to commit any crimes. I think it'd be a good show. Anyways, again, this is Bob Schneider's Song Club, not Bob Schneider's $1 million movie ideas, show ideas. But let's say you're a producer, a Hollywood producer, and you're like, oh, I'm getting low on ideas. Then you might want to tune into the Song Club because I'm just giving away ideas. I'm not giving them away. Of course, obviously, if that gets made into a show, I'm going to want my cut. You're going to want to send that check over to bschnittysongclub.org because I want that. You know. Otherwise, lawyers are going to be showing up. Who are you guys? Oh, we're Bob Schneider's lawyers because he wants that do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Because he came up with the idea, and they're like, no, we came up with it. And we're like, here's podcast Song Club number 80 where he came up with the idea. So, give us the dough. All right, let's look at the songs that were written by me in the year 2023 in October. Also, my birthday month, so happy birthday to me. You're welcome. I do feel like I got European, and I usually do. For some reason, whatever happens, something happens in October where I just start feeling very European in my songwriting. And I wrote a bunch of stuff that's very, very European, if I don't say so myself. Let me play you my favorite song of the month. I always like starting off the Song Club with my favorite song. This one's called She's Sturdy. And it was one of those songs where I was just walking around one day and I just started singing, don't, she's sturdy. And I just thought, that's a song. And so I recorded it into my phone, and then at some point during the week, I went and wrote this song. And I thought it turned out great. And I even did a cool video for it. And I sent it to the Song Game people. And I thought, man, these people are going to come back and they're going to be like, dude, I love that song. And that video you made was so amazing. Because I included it on the email. And I didn't hear back from anybody. Nobody commented on it. Nobody said anything. Nobody said a word about the video, which I was like, what? They didn't even comment. I did a whole video for this song. Anyways, you can see it on YouTube. I have a link for it somewhere. And you can check it out. But after I was listening to this song, I was like, oh, this song is so German. Like, that's the problem. It's like nobody in the Song Club is actually German. If they were German, I think they would have come back and they would have been like, das ist sehr gut. Dieses Lied, das du mitgebracht hast diese Woche, diese She's Sturdy. Ja, wir lieben dieses Lied. Es ist so gut. So ein gleichbar wie so Deichkind oder sowas. Ist echt so toll. Echt wie diese andere Dinge da. Anyways, that's my German. It's perfect if you don't speak German. If you speak German, you're like, what the fuck? If you speak German, you're like, is that long COVID or what? That guy does not know how to speak German. All right, here it is. She's sturdy. Let's get it. Put on some tight leather pants. Turn the air conditioner off. They don't have air conditioning in Germany. Smoke a cigarette. Let's go. Here we go. She's sturdy. Yeah. Sprocket. You got it. I love this song. Drop bombs every day. People sleeping. I hear them say, how does it do it? Covered in ice, like a monster. So nice. Walking through the door, carrying a bomb. She on the floor all night long. She bad bitch. Eyes are hurting. How she look? She's dirty. Oh man, that song is German, boy. That's so German. Anyways, I was in the airport and I was walking through the airport and I was just playing that on repeat in my earphones. And I was fucking strolling through the airport, boy. I mean, strolling. Like I was on the runway. I was like that dude, I'm too sexy for my shirt. I was like, these people don't even know what's going on. All these people in the airport, they have no idea what's going on. And I was just like, boom, 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 boom. She's sturdy. Strolling through the airport. Anyways, you're welcome. If you're German, dude, the Germans are going to love that song. If you're an American, you'll be like, I don't know. I think if you're a homosexual, if you're gay, I think you will also like that song. I could be wrong. I'll have to check in. Maybe I'll send it to my cousin who's gay and see what he thinks about it. I have a feeling he'll be like, oh, I like it. I think it's good. Or he might be like, or it could be one of those things where like he knows that music so well, he's like, it's not that great. But the Germans, oh my God, the Germans, they're going to be like, oh, wir lieben dieses Lied. Es ist so gut. I do believe if I released that in Germany, I could go, at the minimum, play like a 15,000 seat Stadthalle. And then I'd play that song to start the set with, and everybody would be like, yeah. And then I'd play like 40 Dogs, and they'd be like, what? No. They'd want more of that. That's the problem. They'd want a lot more of that. All right, let's get on to my next song for the month. I will say this. I think all of these songs except for one, I wrote them all this month. Lots of times I've written like 3 or 4 for the month. And then the other, because I like to release 8 songs every month on the Song Club. I feel like that's a good value. And it's like, it's like an EP or like an album of music every month. Now, other people would love to do that. They can't, though, because they don't spend the time and energy writing songs the way I do. So anyways, this month I wrote some extra ones, and one of them was a collab, as we call it in the business, with Lance Lane, who you may or may not know as he works with me as a tour manager. He's wonderful in terms of that. He travels with us on the road and makes sure everything runs smoothly. But he's also He's also the drummer in Black-A-Lack, if you know that band. And he also makes tracks for them. He also makes tracks for a band called Big Skinny, who are incredible, by the way. They're playing with us they're opening up for us at the Paramount on New Year's, which is going to be great. They did it last year as well. I think they were the first of 3 bands, so not everybody got to see them last year because people didn't want to show up like 5 hours early to see that. But they're going to be right before us this year, and they're incredible. They do a great show. They're amazing songwriters. Anyways, he writes music with them. He does a bunch of stuff. He's a songwriter. He's a producer. So he produced this track called MUSHMOUTH, and let's check it out and see what we think. Here it is, MUSHMOUTH. Okay. You can hear like a car alarm in the background. I don't know if that's a real car alarm or what. Yeah.
Mushmouth, that's what I am. I gotta drop these bombs in the garbage can. Okay. I do it cause I can. Yeah. Cause you can, man. Pete on the pile, I was on for a while now. Born in the mouth of a damn crocodile. Higher than the banks of the river now, that's high. Snap, snap, bitch, snap, snap. My baby got a hot sauce on. I saw her for a while, yeah, but now she's gone. I guess she out of somebody else's lawn. Somebody else's lawn. Oh, okay.
Damn, this is juicy. Some juicy shit right here, boy.
So where's she at now? Somebody said she was back on the force. Yeah. I heard she riding a horse. Okay. Wearing a gun, of course. Bang, bang. I tried to move to where there's better weather. Everybody should own at least one sweater. Yeah. I tried, but I couldn't forget her. It's hard. Yeah. My baby got a bad brain. Yeah. Doesn't like it when I explain. Says my words, they hurt her brain.
Mansplain. Oh yeah, that's a nice little song there. It's a nice little song. There's not much more of it than that, actually. It's about to end, but I don't like to play the whole song. There's nothing worse than when you're playing a song for somebody and you're like, oh, check out this song. And then you just play a little bit of it, and if the person likes it, they can go check it out later, but you don't want to play them the whole song. Like, there's nothing worse. Like, okay, I get it. I got it. So that I've always felt that way with the song club. It's like there's some songs that you're going to like. There's some songs that you don't necessarily like that much. So I play a little snippet, and you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. And then if you like it, of course, obviously, all the songs are available here at the Song Club, which is great. And you're like, well, what's the Song Club? Song Club is something you can join by going to Patreon, patreon.com, and joining. It's like a little subscription thing. You decide whatever you want to subscribe at, whatever level you feel comfortable with, and then you get all these songs. You get all the other songs. And we just made some big changes in the Song Club this month. So now everything's on SoundCloud. It used to be WeTransfer, and so you'd get a post, and then you'd have to go to WeTransfer, and then you'd have to download it from WeTransfer. And then some of those links didn't work anymore, some of the older links. But now everything is going to be on SoundCloud. You're going to get like a secret little SoundCloud link or something. And it's going to be real easy to go there, and you'll see all the music there. And you can download it. You can listen to it on your SoundCloud app. You don't even have to download it now. It's just going to be very easy for you to enjoy all this music from the Song Club going forward. And I want to thank my manager, Drew Dunleavy, if that's how you say his last name. I've never really actually checked in with him on it, but it's spelled Dunleavy. But who knows? Maybe it's Dunleave. You know, Dunleave, Dunleave. You know, it could be like a French thing. But I just call him Drew, and he's my manager, and he's doing a great job, and he's making things happen. If you've noticed, like, the social media stuff is more interesting now, that's all because of him. He's doing all that stuff. So appreciate all the work that he's doing, and he's making your enjoyment of the Song Club better. So thanks. Big shout out to Drew. Big shout out to Lane for that last track, Mushmouth. Anyways, I might do some more with him. Look for more collabs with him in the future. Let's check out another song. This one's called, let's do Colonel Sanders next. Again, kind of a groovy little jam, actually. Anyways, let's listen to it. Here we go. Colonel Sanders. Should we crank it up a little bit? Why not?
Time, if I hold up for a while, maybe everything will be just fine.
Based on that video, I don't know what else.
I'm in charge of the payroll now. We made her like the holy cow.
She's watching every episode of Love is Blind. I don't know if you've watched that show, Love is Blind, but it's so good. I only watched the first season. I tried to watch the second season, and it wasn't as good. I think once everybody kind of realized what the show was about, they all kind of stayed in and kind of were faking it or something after that. I don't know. I wasn't buying it the second season. Or maybe the people weren't as good looking. You want the people to be good looking. Or not good looking. That's always fun too, because they fall in love without seeing each other, and then once they see each other, sometimes it's like, ooh, that's not what I was expecting. But yeah, that was Colonel Sanders. Kind of a cool song, kind of a song you could put on while you're driving around. I like songs that are kind of cool like that. You can just like drive around, feel like, you know, like you're living a good life, like things are good. Yeah. I think this is episode 80. That's the first time that my mind was like, what should I talk about next? And my brain was like, is there anything you actually want to talk about? Is there anything worth talking about? And my brain was just like, no. How about just not even talking? How about just like not talking and just staying silent on the air for like a real long time? And that's what my thought was a second ago, was like, just don't say anything for a long time and see what happens. And then I was like, fuck that. That's going to be uncomfortable for people. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to just listen to dead air and then like, is my thing even working? Is it on? Did it break? Why is nobody talking? So I didn't want that. So here we are. We're moving along. Everything's oiled up. I'm going to say everything. I mean my brain. My brain's oiled. It's glistening in the sun. It's ready to go. We got some more songs. Let's just keep moving on. This next one's called Personal Wikipedia Page. I played it last night at the Saxon Pub, and it went over well. In fact, I played all these songs last night. And most of them went well. The She's Sturdy was not good, but people loved that She's Sturdy song. The way we played it, which doesn't sound anything like the version that you just heard, but people liked it. So that's always good, even though nobody in the song club said they liked it, but whatever. Anyways, this one's called Personal Wikipedia Page. It's kind of a banger. This one, again, they're all kind of sort of European sounding in that, like, if I was living in, let's say, Malta, is that even a place? It sounds European. But let's say I was living in Malta. Let's say it's in Europe. Let's just think that it is, even if it isn't. Like, it would suck if it was somewhere else. And you're like, dude, you don't know where Malta is? No, I don't. Don't care where Malta is. But it sounds European. And it's the only one my brain gave me. Let's go Oslo. Fuck it. Fuck Malta, by the way. And if you're from Malta, fuck you. Just joking, of course. If you're from Malta, great. Glad. But also let people know where you're from or where Malta is, because nobody knows. So let's go Oslo. It's in Sweden. Who knows where Sweden is? It's somewhere in Europe, but it's definitely European, and Oslo is definitely a place over there. So let's say I'm from Oslo. It sounds like I'm from Oslo, and it's Bob Schneider's Oslo Song Club. All these songs could have been written in Oslo. And I think most of the people in Europe would have been like, oh, these definitely sound like they don't sound like they're from Texas. And that's good. I don't like to have all my songs sound like they're from Texas, even though they are. Even though I've lived here for 30 years and I love Austin and I love Texas. I really do. A lot of people are like down on Texas. They're like, oh man, Texas. Because they do have some fucked up laws. Like, I'm not, that abortion thing is horrible. People should have the right to manage their pregnancy in whatever way they fucking wish. And nobody should be able to tell somebody that they can't do that. You can't be like, oh, that's a life inside you and we're trying to protect it. No, sorry. It's inside you. It's your right to do whatever you want with it. Once it's outside of you, that's a whole different story. And I think even like later, obviously if it gets to be like, you're like 6 months into a pregnancy, it's like, you had your shot, you had your chance. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. There's some bullshit laws in Texas. That's one of them. It's horrible. A lot of people just point to that and they're like, oh yeah, Texas, fucking horrible. It's like, no, Texas is great. Texas is awesome. I love the people in Texas. I love all of them. I don't care what their political thing is. I don't care. I really don't even care what religion they are. I don't even care if they're like, they're like, can't get an abortion or whatever. I don't care. That's everybody. It's a free country. Think what you want. But I just love how people in Texas are unapologetically Texan. And if you go and I'm like, this is what I think you should do. They're like, we're in Texas, bitch. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do. And they do it. And I love it. I love Texans. And they're all kinds. It's not just, I'm a Texan through and through. I was born in Michigan. I was raised in Germany mostly. But I've lived in Austin now for over 30 years. And I'm a Texan, true Texan. And the way I do business, the way I write music, the way I present it, how I do it, it's all Texas. Because I'm doing it the way I want to do it. And sometimes it's serious, and sometimes it's silly, and sometimes it's rocking, and sometimes it's just real chill. And you can come in and you can say, hey, Bobby, why don't you do it this way? And I'll be like, no, I'm just going to do it the way I want to do it. And I got that attitude by being and living in Texas and living in this thing. And I will say this about Texas. People in Texas are nice. They are just nice all the way across the board. And you won't find a nicer group of people anywhere. I mean, you can go into the South and you can find some people that are kind of nice. And you can go into the North and find some people that are nice. But not the same kind of nice as they are in Texas. They're just nice here. Now, if some shit goes down in Texas, I mean, there's a long history of murder in Texas, a long history of violence and murder. So if shit goes down in Texas, shit's going to go down. So there's that as well. But having said all that, I go back to my original statement, which was I love Texas, but I love America. I love most of America. I love most places that I go to. There are a few places that I'm not crazy about. I'm not going to name them. Texas ain't one of them, though. I do love me some Texas, and I do love me some Texans. All right. Let's do another song. So this is personal Wikipedia page. Don't know what it's about, but let's listen to it. We'll talk about it afterwards. We'll have a little quick test after this song. See, it'll be easy. All right, we got to crank this one. Yeah, this is very European. This is Oslo. Oslo, baby.
I met a woman, carried a knife. She grew a bitch, she was the love of my life.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Went out to eat, she ordered bread. I said maybe stick to the weird stuff instead.
What's going on in this song?
Cauliflower ham, pinto beans, flaxseed and heritage greens.
Heritage greens. Salad and salad.
I learned how to say goodbye in almost any language. Let me give it a try. Adios. Ciao. Auf Wiedersehen. See you later, man. Yeah, you know the way home. Even though where we're gone, I can't find my car. It can't be.
All right.
Sister and I live with the guy who says he's a dad, but he's sucking real bad. So I sleep in the trees with the piniest cocoon. Sleep there now, I'm sleeping on long.
Anyways, that song basically just turns into the story of Hansel and Gretel. By the way, that's how you say Gretel. In the States, they say Gretel. It's kind of a lazy, like Gretel, but it's Gretel. That's the German pronunciation. Hansel und Gretel. It's Gretel. But I say Gretel. It's the correct American. And then, of course, the German is Gretel. Gretel. Hansel? Hallo, Hansel. Hallo. Hallo, Gretel. Hallo. That's the way, if you were in Germany and you were talking to Hansel and Gretel, that's the way that conversation would go. You're welcome. A little European flavor for your ear hole. But without having to fucking travel, without having to fly for 18 hours and deal with the airlines and deal with TSA and bags and checking into a hotel and get, you don't have to deal with any of that. Just listen to the podcast. And you're in Germany all of a sudden. Hallo. Hallo. Wie geht's? Es geht gut. Und dir? Sehr gut. Was ist dein Name? Hansel. Und deine? Gretel. There you go. See, you're just in Germany. And it's enjoyable because now you're back to wherever you are on Earth. All right, let's listen to another one. This is a song called Reasons I Believe. Now, I redid it this month. That's the other reason why it's a new song. It's not really a new song. It's kind of an older song. The old demo is not very good. I redid it. I like this new demo. It's a little bit more rockin'. I listened to a lot of 80s ska and like the Specials, Madness, that kind of stuff. That was what I was listening to in the early 80s, late 70s in Germany. Anyway, so this has kind of got a little bit of that kind of feel to it. It's called The Reasons I Believe. Let's check it out. You know what? I'm not going to make the same mistake I made last time. I'm going to crank this so when I hit that play button, we go right into party mode. Boy, here we go. Oh, yeah.
Because the stars shine so bright.
Too loud.
Because the dawn's early light. Because my baby's sweet smile. Because it's been a while since I could be mad for long and anything. And all these are the reasons I believe. Because the mist of the open sea,
Yeah, there you go. The reasons I believe. Also, the reason I believe that I don't play that song very often is maybe it's not that great of a song, but whatever. I re-recorded it because we played it at the Saxon Pub on Monday night, and I wanted the band to play it more like that, so that's kind of why I did it. And I was like, oh, well, this would be a good song for the song club. And it is what it is. So I got two more songs. I'm going to go out. I'm going to end the show with a new song, but I want to play this song called The Unknown. I realized I'd never given you guys the demo of this song. I really love this song. When I wrote it, I did the original demo, which is really kind of quirky. A lot of my demos are kind of quirky because, again, I don't know what the song is when I'm writing it. I'm just at home trying to figure out what the song is. And lots of times when I'm doing that, I'm just trying out different ideas. And that's what the demo ends up sounding like, because all of these demos were recorded the day I wrote the song. Within minutes of coming up with the idea, or within an hour or two of coming up with the idea for the song, I've recorded it. So it's all very fresh. Most of the time you write a song, and then you play it for a while, and then eventually you go into the studio and you record it in the studio, and it's been around for a while. That's what I've always done with all of my studio records, because I want to make sure that I only record songs on my studio records that I know will kind of stand the test of time. Lots of songs, when you write them, you're like, oh, this is a great song. But then after you've played it live 10 times or 15 times, you're like, oh, it's not that great of a song. So I always try to test them live for a few months at least before I go into the studio with them. And so this song, The Unknown, it's on one of my records, King Kong, I think. Anyways, it's on one of the records. But before I actually recorded in the studio, I was in the studio with my band recording, I think, Blood and Bones. And while we were in there, we played this song, The Unknown, for the producer. And I was like, yeah, these songs are probably going to be on the next record. Or we were in there. I don't know what we were in there for. We were in there for something. It wasn't to record the record, because obviously we'd recorded this song. It was for something else. We were doing like a single or something, or maybe it was recording another Christmas song. I don't know. Whatever it was, I was in there with Conrad Chacroon, with Bruce Hughes, and with Clint Wells, and we recorded a bunch of songs that were going to go on the next record, and one of them was The Unknown. So I've got that version that we recorded live in the studio that day, and then I've got the original kind of weird, janky version. And you're going to get them both this month, because that's the way we do it here in the Song Club. So let's listen to the original one, and so you can see what that sounds like, and then I'll play a little bit of the one with the band in the studio. So here's the original, The Unknown. Again, we're back in Oslo. This is the most Oslo. I feel like I should have an accent like this. Welcome to Bob Schneider's Song Club from Oslo. This is my song, The Unknown. It's very nice. I wrote it a few years ago.
I look out the window and I see steam coming up the mountain like a dream, and I think of you far away from me, and I wonder how this came to be. And the world rises up into view. The sun's going down. There's nothing I can do to keep another day from fading away. And all I wanna say, it's a long way there. There's no getting back. Baby, let's point this thing into the black. Baby, come with me and we can work this through. I feel like I can make it, baby, if I'm with you. It's a long way there. There's no getting back. Baby, let's point this thing into the black. Baby, let's go to the unknown. Let's go to the unknown. Baby, let's go to the unknown. Baby, let's go. There's so much love.
All right, so that's the original demo, which is great and wonderful, as they say in the biz. And here's the one that we did in the studio with the band.
Come with me, we gon' work it through. I know that I can make it if I'm with you. Well, it's a long way there ain't no turning back. Come on, baby, point this thing into the black. Let's go into the unknown. Let's go into the unknown. Let's go into the unknown. Let's go. Check it out, baby. Yeah. I got so much love in my heart. I might explode. I feel like a bike on a bumpy road. I look on the side. It's a long way down. I know we can make it 'cause there ain't no turning around and the world's so strange.
Fucked up the lyrics.
World's so new. Ever since I went bumping to you. And the light.
Yeah, that's a nice version. That's a nice version. We recorded a bunch of songs that day with that band, just kind of playing the songs for my manager that I had at the time. It's funny because I fired that manager before the next record came out, but I was playing the songs for him at the time. And I was like, yeah, these songs are going to be on the next record. But by the time the next record came out, we had already parted ways. So it didn't work out with him. Didn't work out with the next manager either. And didn't work out with the manager after that. Now, here we are with Drew Dunleavy and Corp and company. And we'll see if it works out with them. I hope it does, though, because I love those guys. Love the guys I'm working with, and they're doing a great job. So we'll just keep hammering away at it and doing this thing. And that's it. That brings us to almost the end of another song club. Again, if you're just listening to this for whatever reason, you want to join the song club, it's easy. You go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bob Schneider. Join today, you get all these songs. And you can get all the other songs from the other 79 song clubs. So that's 79 times 8. That's 5,000 or somewhere around that number. And enjoy all those songs and share them with your friends and neighbors and have yourselves a big Bob Schneider song party, because that's what we like you to do, and that's what we hope that you do. We're going to end with this song called Box Folk. Now, I found out about Box Folk years ago. I had no idea what Box Folk were, but it turns out Box Folk are people that you put into a box. It sounds horrible, really, when I say it. It sounds horrible, but they're people that you put into like a cardboard box. But it's not like a trap or anything. It's just a box that you've turned over, but it's big enough for a person, maybe like a refrigerator box, or a box that you would put an oven in, or a dishwasher or something, like some, big box. And, it's a box you could just, get out of really. There's no bottom, it's just turned over on the floor. So then you have a person in there, usually naked in the box, but, maybe they're wearing clothes, maybe they're not. I don't know. They're Box Folk. But I think Box Folk, they probably feel pretty comfortable being naked in the box. And anyways, you have a hole in the box. It's big enough to put food in, or whatever you want to put in that box, whatever you want to stick in there. And that's how it works. And then they just stay in there for as long as they want. Sometimes that's an hour or a couple minutes or a day. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know that much about it. I just heard about it. I thought it was funny. Then I found out, it's a real thing. And I've never really done it. I've talked to some people who were into it that said they would love to do it, but I never did it with them. I was at a party one time, me and Clint Wells, and we were talking to my friend Danny Malone, who's an incredibly gifted songwriter. And he was with his fiancée at the time. They soon broke up, not long after this. They never got married. But we were talking about Box Folk, and this woman who he was with, who seemed out of it, to say the least. She was just staring off into space the entire time. I didn't even think she was listening to our conversation, but we were talking about Box Folk and laughing about it and thought it was interesting. And she just, at some point, piped up and said, "I'm Box Folk." And the conversation ground to a halt, as because she hadn't spoken. We didn't even know she could speak English or could understand what we were saying or was listening. But that's all she said. She didn't say another word, and she kept staring off into space, and that was the end of it for her. She just said, "I'm Box Folk." And we're like, oh. And then we went back to our conversation. And but I was like, oh, that's telling that she's Box Folk. Also, don't date Box Folk. Maybe hang out with Box Folk. Maybe have fun with them occasionally. But keep it light. Keep it casual. You don't want to get into a real serious relationship with Box Folk. That's my recommendation. Again, this is the Song Club. It's not Bob Schneider's dating advice club. If it was, that's the advice I give you. When it comes to Box Folk, keep it casual. But when it comes to the Song Club, don't keep it casual. Come back every month. We're here. We're always here. We're always welcoming. We always invite you to come join us and be with us here at the Song Club. In the meantime, we're going to go out of here with a new song. It's called Box Folk. We'll see you next month. Take care. Here it is.
Box folk, box folk. Feed 'em, clean 'em, leave 'em alone. They live in a world without shame. They've always got their damn parents they can blame, but they have made their beds up and now they're much saner. It's just that their bed's in a shipping container. Box folk, box folk.